In this video, I want to talk about multiplying complex numbers. So just like we talked about in adding and subtracting complex numbers, you can treat the I as if it's just any other variable. But there's one sort of caveat when we're talking about multiplying complex numbers. We have to remember one thing. So remember that I is equal to the square root of -1. When we multiply complex numbers, sometimes we end up with I squared. So what is I squared equal to? So if I is equal to the square root of -1, then I squared is the square root of -1 squared. Okay, so square and square root just undo each other. So this is just equal to -1. So just to rewrite it, I squared is equal to -1. And it's important to remember this because whenever we come up against an I squared, we're going to replace it with -1. So other than that, when we multiply complex numbers, we just need to use FOIL or whatever method you use to multiply two binomials. Remember, we can just pretend like the I is an X, combine like terms, leave unlike terms alone. So let's go ahead and start. So we'll multiply -4 or 4 by -2, so that's -8. We'll do 4 times 3i, so that's 12i. 2 times -2i, or sorry, 2i times -2 is this should be 12i. 2i times -2 is -4i. And then 2i times 3i is 6i squared. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. So this is -8. 12i minus 4i is 8i. And then 6i squared, remember that I squared is equal to -1, so this can be plus 6 times -1. Okay, so now we have -8 plus 8i minus 6. Now these two are like terms and we can combine them, so we get -14 plus 8i, and that is our final answer. And that's how we multiply complex numbers.